Hello, hello. I'm Sharon Svensson Hypnosis. And hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Calling You to Joy. In this episode, we're going to focus on the biggest thing that holds us back from rewiring our brains for happiness. And when I say happiness, what I'm talking about isn't just like hippy, skippy, joyful, excited. Happiness to me is feeling good, a sense of well being, a feeling of satisfaction, a sense of good things coming, a quiet moment where you just feel comfortable. It could be giggly, it could be a sense of sacredness, expansiveness. There's all kinds of different levels of feeling good, of happiness. And the thing, the biggest thing that holds us back is having beliefs that make us miserable, having beliefs that we have proven don't work in our life, that we mindlessly give over our our beliefs to other people. We have a belief that, well, others have to treat us right in order for us to feel good, that we have to have a certain body fat content in order to be happy, that we need to stay on edge and we need to be hard on ourselves in order for us to change, to take action. So let me guide you today into a hypnosis meditation where you tap into your wisdom, where you remember again those higher truths that actually serve and bless you. And first, we'll go into that guided hypnosis meditation by starting off with a self hypnosis technique I call the sigh breath. This is your time to just completely let go and relax. So find yourself a safe place, a place where you can just completely feel at ease, letting your guard down, relaxing, letting go. Don't do this when you're driving. Don't do this when you're in the bathtub. So, settling yourself in, finding yourself a safe, cozy space. Let's start off. Take a beautiful deep sigh breath. So just a regular sigh. It could be big, exaggerated, super noisy, breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose or mouth, whatever feels comfortable to you. And feel with the inhale a sense of this light energy, this expansive energy, this joyful, playful, happy energy flooding your being, and imagining on the exhale that you can feel your body actually visibly drop, settle, relax. Let the sound of my voice guide you into this open, receptive, and allowing state. Open and receptive to suggestions and ideas that, if you believe them, would bless your life, would give you more of what you desire and want to thrive, improved health, an improved sense of happiness, well being, a sense of good things coming, a feeling of all is well. And keep taking those beautiful sigh breaths, and how this sigh breath becomes a self hypnosis technique, how it helps you let go of your attachments to those negative trains of thought that don't serve you, not because I say so, because they've proven out in your life. Like beliefs that it's just normal for me to worry about my kids. Those beliefs that you have proven that when you've worked yourself up to anxiety and fear and worry about them, that it took you the opposite direction of where you want to live life, feeling inspired to take action where you know what's your part to play, what you should let go of, what you should move forward on. It's that beautiful space where you're clear minded. And how are we going to get there? Just by taking these side breaths. Maybe you start to notice the inhale, just kind of quietly observing yourself breathing in, then exhaling, letting the sound of my voice relax the body, still the mind, being willing to feel good, being willing to let go of patterns of thought, beliefs that have brought you misery, that have held you back from your well being, your thriving, your good. And not because I say so. Feel this freedom like a duck in water, effortless and easy. If a suggestion I offer doesn't resonate, it doesn't feel harmonious or right to you, feel that complete sense of freedom to just let it beat off you like water off a duck's back, effortless and easy. Feel this intent. I want to thrive in life. I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy the journey. I want to be more comfortable in my body. I want to feel comfortable in my mind. I am open and receptive for my greater good, whether that's improved health, more abundance, more prosperity, more joyful connections, more friends, more interesting things to do, where you want to thrive. You want life to go well for you. And be willing right now. Be willing to focus on this breath, to let in this energy that feels soft, peaceful, comfortable, light. Maybe imagining a river of light coming from above, filled with infinite, unconditional love. Letting go of heavy beliefs like I'm not lovable or likable or good enough. And let's go to these higher truths. Source, God, infinite intelligence, the benevolent and loving universe, whatever your labels, divine energy says you are likable, you are worthy, you are lovable, that your happiness counts. You get to be happy. You get to feel good. You get to enjoy the now moments along the way. That's all we ever have is the now moment. And let me offer up some higher truths that will give you relief, that will allow you to choose thoughts that you've proven in your life work. And just let the sound of my voice imagine it is settling the body getting super relaxed, super comfortable, super heavy, maybe imagining this weighted feeling in the body. And how does this sigh breath become a self hypnosis technique? Well, just by doing it, by listening to these higher truths, these expansive suggestions, you'll start to associate the release, the leaving behind of those old patterns of thinking, those old patterns of thought, those beliefs that haven't worked out for you. It feels good to feel good, and feeling good blesses your life, not only in the now moment, but it lines it up so that it becomes easier to have that joyful thought in the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment. We've been trained up to think that we have to beat up on ourselves. At least a lot of us have been trained up to think that we have to be mad at ourselves when we make mistakes, when we say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. And here's the beautiful deal, you're human. You're human. You're human, and humans continue to learn, to evolve, to grow. And from a place where you give yourself the wiggle room to be human, to make mistakes, to not have it all figured out, to let it be okay so that we can learn. Oh, I don't like how I handled that. Beautiful. You don't have to be mad at yourself. You don't have to beat up on yourself. You can just be aware of the wisdom that was born from that encounter. Feel this willingness to focus on thoughts that make you feel empowered, that make you feel blessed, that make you feel good about yourself, that allows you to see the best of who you are. And when we go to those beautiful feel good thoughts, we connect up with that benevolent and loving God, universe, that generous, divine, supportive energy. To me, it's a feeling of I have angelic beings at my side. I have this wonderful team working behind the scenes, supporting me on my behalf. And I don't always go there. And that's okay if you don't always go there. It's so normal not to feel good. It's so normal not to feel happy all the time. We can use it as our guidance instead of believing, why don't I feel good? Oh, it's because of this person, or they're holding me back, or it's the economy, or it's this reason. Keep taking those beautiful breaths and be willing. I'm willing to feel good outside of unwanted conditions. I'm willing to feel good. I'm willing to choose the beliefs that allow me to connect up with that divine energy, with that infinite intelligence, with that benevolent and loving universe. I think of this little text conversation I just had this morning about the post office, that we notice that it's kind of erratic, that things come sometimes very quickly, and then sometimes it takes a really long time. And I remembered, oh, I like feeling good. I like feeling good. I like feeling good. So I could focus on the parts that I don't appreciate or like, or I could go to thoughts that made me feel good, that will serve me, that will connect me with that good feeling, that all is well feeling. And so I chose to remember things that I really liked. I thought of my childhood and this time we lived in this little town and we had our assigned postman. They wore their uniforms. It was kind of a good feeling because they were respected. They made a good living. They had a good, decent salary. And I just basked in those beautiful feelings. That feeling good is going to serve you. That from a place of feeling good, you're inspired to take actions, that it guides you to the actions and the choices and the wisdom that are within your power. And keep taking those beautiful breaths, because so often we think if we get self righteous, if we get angry enough, if we notice what's wrong and talk about what's wrong, that life will go better for us. And yeah, maybe you can improve things, but then you're miserable. Why not take the path of feeling good? Why not take the path of enjoying life and moving forward, focusing your energy to make those improvements in your life, in your community, in the world? Because so often the people that they have this beautiful heart to improve the world, to make the world a better place, that they can hold themselves back because they get so angry and self-righteous. so that they can sink into feelings of sadness or hopelessness, get burnt out, overwhelmed, stressed, and they zap their energy. That the beautiful deal is feeling good is more effective, that we can be compassionate and kind and we can feel good. And a beautiful example of that is and keep taking those sigh breaths, letting the body settle, drop, relax, just kind of gently hearing my stories, helping them wrap your mind around this, making that choice. Yes, I want to feel good. I'm willing to feel good. I'm willing to feel more light, at ease, more free, more comfortable. Keep taking those beautiful breaths. I think of a friend who wanted to truly be of service to a friend that had been diagnosed with cancer. And so she took the time to visit her each week. And she said, "Oh, Sharon, we just are so miserable when we get together." Keep taking those beautiful sigh breaths and feel this willingness. I'm willing to let go of the patterns of thought that are messing my life up, that are sabotaging my life, that are making me feel miserable. I'm willing to let those go. I'm willing to focus on the good feeling thoughts, the feelings that make me feel optimistic. And all we ever have is the now moment, and we can focus in the past. And we can focus on memories that make us feel scared, unsafe, anxious, fearful, sad. We can focus in the present. We can notice the blessings that we have right now. We can just focus in on something beautiful, focusing in on our senses. We can focus in on the future and we can feel anxious, fearful, worried about what might happen, what might come to pass. And so this friend shared what she was focusing on with her friend. I asked her, "What are the questions that you're asking? How are you doing?" And every week, things were getting worse and worse. "Oh, I'm doing terribly." And she'd ask her, "Oh, what's going wrong?" And they both ended up feeling awful, hopeless, fearful, anxious. And I said, "Why don't you redirect?" Because who needs feelings of optimism? Who needs laughter, feelings of well being more than your friend that's going through this journey? And so she asked different questions. They had been friends for decades. She reminded her friend of funny times that they had. "Do you remember when we did this?" Excuse me. "Do you remember when we did that?" And they started to giggle and laugh and had such a beautiful time so that she looked forward to her weekly visit. Her friend looked forward to her weekly visit. What a relief. And things did turn around for her friend. And I can't say, oh, it was her weekly visits with this friend that was the factor or the change, but this is what I know. It was probably part of it. It blessed her. It helped her to feel at ease, to feel safer, to feel comfortable. That when we go to the past and we think thoughts that remind us of times when we felt creative. I think of another friend client who felt stymied with her creativity, that she had been focused in a different part of her life and was enjoying it and had opportunities to do some projects that she just couldn't motivate herself to start and do, even though she was getting paid for them. And then she remembered. She did the self-hypnosis technique, the sigh breath, and in our joy shop at that time, she took a beautiful couple of deep breaths and let herself go to that comfortable, relaxed state, tapped into that energy of well-being, and then I directed her to remember that feeling when you did those kind of projects before, remember that feeling of satisfaction and joy that you experienced and had? Remember the joy that you had when you got paid for the project and you got so many compliments and they were so happy with what you created and delivered. And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, Sharon, I'm there. I'm there in that beautiful place. I want to get off this call. I want to start on the projects." Because truly the path and the way is feeling good, choosing to feel good instead of looking for reasons. We waste so much time looking for reasons why. Well, why don't I feel good about myself? Oh, it's because of this person. Why am I not succeeding and thriving and a success? Well, it's because of these reasons. We look for reasons to feel bad. Keep taking those beautiful sigh breaths, breathing in, breathing out every time you listen to this recording. Let yourself let go like a hot air balloon that releases its weights. Let your body release, sink, and feel this willingness. I'm willing to think different thoughts. Like the past is the past, that I get to decide where I focus. You get to decide where you focus, and it can feel like you don't have that within your control because we have been trained up so often to think we need to relive the past so we don't repeat relive the pain or the suffering or the misery. We want to take forth the preferences, the desires, the clarity, the wisdom that was born from that. Like, I want to be supportive. I want to be surrounded by people that are nurturing, loving, and caring. I want to choose situations that feel empowering, uplifting, making it that priority in your mind, your goal to feel good, to choose those beliefs that bless and serve you. So, in a moment, if your eyes were closed, open them up, coming back into this time and place. And just take a couple of more sigh breaths, attaching positive feelings to the sigh breath so that every time you do this sigh breath, you release, you let go, you choose the path of feeling good. And I get that this self-hypnosis technique, it's not going to take you there right away. That it can take time, that it can give you feelings of softness, temporary relief. Maybe for those that have been practicing in a long time, you completely go to that joyful, expansive place quickly, but it takes practice. So, doing it again and again, that you can do it when you get up in the morning. That I have self hypnosis tutorials on my hypnosis, Svensson Hypnosis YouTube channel. That there's shorts that you can do. There's a self hypnosis series with the calm breath and the sigh breath that train you up in this. It feels good to feel good. Feeling good is such a better way to live life. Being willing, I'm willing to let go of the patterns of thought that you know from your life haven't served you. Like stressing and feeling anxious and feeling overwhelmed, judging and then fixating on judging instead of using it as a launching off place to move towards what you truly want. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to take things deeper, go to my website, SvensonHypnosis.com. I offer sessions, mastery of joy packages. I have a woman's membership, a newsletter. You can join my newsletter community. And you're going to get a free gift of a hypnosis meditation that takes you even deeper to release that mental junk so that it's easier to make that choice to feel good. All right. Blessings and love.